Okay, Sean, give us a news part 2.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us again for part 2 of our daily news update. And guys, so much has been happening. Literally, we've got news that is literally like a couple of minutes old. But thanks for watching, guys. If you've not done so already, please give us a little subscribe and hit the bell button. It really helps us when you do that, guys, all right? So what are we going to be talking about today? So we're going to be talking about what's happened in February and how the world and the world chessboard, the pieces are now set. So let's just quickly recap what's happened in February. So February, we've had the Red Sea escalations. That's come to a crescendo now. We've got sunken ships. We've got UK companies saying that, all the prices of goods and services that are being shipped basically from China through the Red Sea, through the Suez Canal, all that stuff's coming to an end, guys, all right? Companies are saying this now. We've been saying this for weeks. As soon as this happened, we're like, listen, guys, the price of everything's going to go up. What else have we got? We've got Poland exercise steadfast defender. We just heard from one of our guys on the other on our other platform that now British Royal Military Police are patrolling with Polish police on the border. I don't know how much truth's in that. Maybe take that with take that with a pinch of salt, but that's what we've just been told. So we're communicating that with you guys, okay? British Royal Military Police and Polish police doing joint patrols on the border. Guys, if things are not about to go now, I don't know when they ever are. We've got the money being, a lot's happening about money, guys, okay? We've got the money that's been moved from the oligarchs we've got basically Russian money that's been frozen. It's then the Americans are then giving that to the Estonians and the Estonians are giving that back to the Ukrainians. We've got the fall of Avdiivka in Ukraine. We've got the protests on the Polish border. Guys, it's all about to flare up, and I don't know where the chips are going to fall once these pieces start to move. Also with that, guys, all right, you've got I think there was like 17 Shahed drones shot down over Ukraine the other night. These drones are made in Iran. Iran is selling them to Russia, and we're just seeing now how both sides of this conflict are, divvying up their sides and looking where to move. Remember, guys, okay, China's the elephant in the room at the moment. Once this conflict starts, if China is able to not get involved, China will become the winner because it won't spend any of its money, any of its resources on fighting a war. It will just continue to grow while everybody else is killing themselves. China will emerge a world leader. And I really think that's the way it could happen, guys, all right? China doesn't have to get involved and they win, in the same sense that the invasion of Iraq gave Iraq to Iran. It's an absolutely crazy world we're living in, guys, okay? So that's what's been happening in February, guys, okay? What I'm going to talk about now that's recently, it's just happened a couple of minutes ago, and I'm going to give quite a bit of speculation on this because we've not had time to deep dive it because it's just come out and I wanted to get it out to you guys. The European Parliament have just agreed 50 billion euros for Ukraine. Now, if the Russians were getting angry about $2 billion euros given to Ukraine, how are they going to feel about 50 billion in aid for Ukraine? So, as we move forward and we see the diversions and the setting of sides and countries aligning with other countries, this just, it just confirms what I've said all along, that, you're going to get this stage where Britain and NATO are going to be fighting the war in eastern Ukraine against Russia. And then you're going to have the US concentrating in the Middle East and potentially in the South China Sea if China go to attack Taiwan. I'm not sure that's going to happen. It could happen. I'm not sure it's going to happen. But the window is closing for the Chinese to attack Taiwan. An article yesterday, guys, China's now hit out on on the European Union and Britain because they've put sanctions against Chinese companies who are supplying systems and, you know, and particulars for the Russian war machine. So we really have now, guys, okay, we've got this like this line in the sand, and we've and I don't want to use teams, but each side is growing its forces, growing its munitions, and you know, at any day now I feel this is going to absolutely erupt. Remember the dates to look for, guys, okay? After the Russian election and before the US election. Now everybody's diverged, and I think everybody's sides are chosen, guys, all right? It's only a matter of time now before this happens. What I want to just briefly touch on at the end, guys, okay, is slightly off topic, but I think it's equally as terrifying. I want to talk about artificial intelligence, Neuralink, and these Apple goggles or these augmented reality goggles that people are starting to wear. I went into a store the other day and I tried some of these augmented reality goggles on, and guys, they are absolutely terrifying. I see a world where, you know, we're just using these goggles as, you know, as an escape from the reality we've created. I think with the rise of artificial intelligence, it's only a matter of time before people are just constantly wearing them, and they don't want to be, you know, and people don't want to be, you know, in this real physical world. They want to be in this virtual world. I think, you know, when China starts to produce these for cheaper, because that's, you know, historically what happens, you know, Western companies will create something, the Chinese will make a cheap copy, and then people will buy the Chinese cheap copy. You know, it's people vote with their money. So I really do feel right now we're at a very, very, you know, scary time when you've got all these things happening around the world, guys, okay? So remember what's just happened, okay? That 50 billion euros is absolutely key. And we need to wait now for the Russians' response. Don't forget, the Russian election is like next month or something. So I think after the Russian election, you know, there's going to be a big movement and they're going to use this $50 billion and they're going to say, listen, you're funding them another $50 billion. You know, you guys are complicit now. Could that mean the Russians are going to attack a NATO country? I struggle to see that, but who knows, guys, okay? Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And put something in the comments, guys, okay? Give me your suggestions in the comments. I love reading your comments, and give me video suggestions, guys, okay? Thank you.